Generic greetings and welcome back to Prison Architect, where in the previous episode we got the majority of this medium risk cell block done. There's a couple of things we need to do. Obviously the flooring is a priority, but also finish off the family cells on the top right, which is just a very quick clone job, and then we need to rearrange the common room to make it a bit more space efficient. So we'll crack on with that right now. First things first, I have got a cold, so I apologise in advance if I'm coughing, spluttering, sniffing and generally dying. And also secondly, we do have 68,000 in the bank because, as you can see there, we did get a grant completion payment of 20,000 for the tool cleanup, which happened upon loading it. So that's an interesting one. Let's go over to quick build and clone, and we're going to clone these cells here just because we want to get them done, and then it means that when we put the flooring in we won't have to mess around with that too much. We'll put it up to max speed there and let it crack on. We're going to go over to report, and I just want to check one thing. Policy, yes, meal quantity and variety is at high, which is something that someone pointed out, so thank you for pointing that out. I didn't remember to change it back, so that's all sorted. We also want to check our grants. We do have a prison manufacturing facility grant there, which has produced 30 license plates, but we're never going to do that. We're never going to get that done. However, we will pick up the grant because it just gives us a nice bit of advance payment there. You can see we have got an early release, so if we go over to grading, we have released 8 prisoners in total, and as soon as we get 2 more, we will get a grade overall. In terms of our people in here, we do have some gang members. You can see that we've got other traits like strong and skilled fighter. In terms of gangs, we do have 1 red gang member and 2 green, but no leaders and no lieutenants or anything, so that's okay. You can see the working, this is getting worked on up here, and strangely the prisoner uniforms are getting delivered to cells that aren't even finished off, and also extra strangely, I don't know if you saw there, some cooked ingredients were shoved in that door. People have said about changing this jail door to a staff door, and there is some merit to that. However, I wanted to section it off with a proper door just because I think it's just a bit safer if it ever kicks off. Although I do plan on putting some automatic door openers in sooner rather than later. We'll probably, like say, get the flooring put in around here, and then the door openers, and then we should be alright. But let's just, as I said, see how we get on with that one. I'm going to wait until they finish here. I want to do a shakedown tonight because we haven't done one in quite a while, and it is a very, very high possibility that we can have escapes and such. When we come to building the one on the right-hand side, that's going to be a bit more difficult, and something we have to keep an eye on because we're going to have 2 dormitories, fairly large dormitories in fact. So that's going to be something we have to focus on. So it looks like most of the prisoners are back in their cells, so we are going to do a shakedown there. We'll see what we can find. So it's 396 places to search. Excuse me. So we'll see if we find anything. Currently, we have a shank there that's been found at some point throughout the day in the last 24 hours. So at least there's not much here. In fact, if we go over to our intelligence and dangers, you can see that the supply of weapons is quite low. Tools, there's no supply whatsoever. Narcotics is middling, and luxuries is going down a little bit there. So cell phones and lighters are actually cheaper than booze or cigs. In terms of spoons and saws and wooden pickaxes, you can see they're really cheap, but strangely, shank is classed as a tool. Well, I mean, it is a tool for a particular job, just that job is not generally construction. But anyway, we'll close that off and we'll crack on there. So that's almost finished. It is currently about 3:30, so we have more than enough time to finish this off. We've currently found 1 club, shank we found previously, 1 needle, 1 unit of medicine, and 2 bottles of booze, some alcoholic beverages there. By the way, today's beverage is Beecham's Cold and Flu. Okay, so other medicines are available, right? So that's going down there for the danger level, that's fine. You can see we've got a couple of prisoners say they're being unnecessarily searched, that's just their opinion. We've got a couple of prisoners who are suppressed and compliant, which is strange because we don't have the armed guards. We don't have the armed guards wandering around elsewhere, so I don't know why there's some suppression there. Anyway, if we go over to our programs here, we can, if we wanted to, set up some guard taser certification. Oh, we can. Looks like I'll have to unlock it first. Let's go for a taser rollout then, and we'll see what we get on with that there. We don't need to do the taser rollout, you understand, but we are going to crack on with it. So let's just go over to the common room here, and we want to redesign this because it's currently not very efficient. We're going to go over to objects and to dismantle object. We want to dismantle these 4 pool tables because I'm just going to put them along the bottom there. It would probably be a bit better. What else can we have in the common room if we zoom right into it? According to this, benches, pool tables, And that is pretty much it. It doesn't say you really want anything, which is very strange considering the television should be in there. That is very strange indeed. I would have thought they'd put that in there. But anyway, pool tables, we can go for 1, 2, 3, and then 4. Put them right next to each other. They can still be used, and I know obviously it's very unrealistic, but it just means we can fit more stuff in, you see. We've got some more chairs to put in, so I want to put 3 there, and then 3 there, and then put the television. Actually, I'm going to delete that. I'm actually going to put them there. That'll be a bit better. Then we'll put another television in on the right-hand side there, like so. And then we'll also put some... Do you want to put some phone booths in? Or do we have enough phone booths in here? I'm not sure. I think a raw phone booths would be... okay. It means having to put more phone taps in, which we currently haven't got, but I mean, you know, we'll get on with that. So let's work on the walkways and the pathways and everything else, because, well, it's important that we do that. So as we come in, we do need to obviously have some tiling and things like that. When it comes to the security, I generally like to use wooden floor, but wooden floor around here, I don't think so. I think what we'll do is we'll have probably mosaic floor on these two, like so. And then we will have, I think, white tiles for the kitchen and white tiles for the canteen. That's the general rule of thumb when it comes to this sort of thing, like so. And then this is going to be the standard pathing which we normally use, which is concrete tiles, but I'll wait until the rest is being placed and we'll see what this is like. Oh, actually, we probably need to go ahead and place some of that mosaic tiling in there. That actually looks quite good. I like that. That's okay. Right, so that's cracked on there. That's done there. In fact, that's been built very, very quickly indeed. Let's go to wooden floor, and we want to place wooden floor on the left-hand side here. So this is the chapel and the classroom. I think the shop and the library and the mailroom all really require that. I do quite like the ceramic floor, but it is very expensive. We'll put a little bit of ceramic floor. I mean, we'll treat ourselves to some ceramic floor. For the infirmary and the morgue and that sort of thing, it's all going to be the standard white tiles. Cleaning cupboard can be the same. Although, do you want to have that as the ceramic, just to be a bit different? Yeah, go on, ceramic tiles, treat ourselves. We're worth it. Wooden floor, and that's in parole. And in the common room, I mean, I would like to use wooden floor, but it's quite expensive. But go on, we might as well. We'll do that. And then it's the concrete tiles for the rest of this. Now, let's just crack on with that. We'll go all the way up. Remember that the tiles generally go on the doorways, which always bugs me slightly. I don't know, there's always something about it that doesn't seem to sit right. But anyway, I think we'll manage. There we go. There's the walkways there, and we'll obviously put them on the doorways there as well. Now, in terms of the cell... Ooh, is it fighting? Oh, we have a fight. This is the first major sort of kickoff that we've had, and it looks like it's now stopped. Interesting that this has happened. So, Emily... Redette, prison number 2215963. What, sentenced to 4 years for downvoting? No, apparently kidnapping, which is much worse. Okay, experience is attacked prisoner, recent misconduct. And another one here. Attacked prisoner. Ella Wolven, and also someone unconscious over here. Are they unconscious? Is that the right prisoner? I don't know. To do search prisoner. Attack prisoner and attack staff. Interesting. Okay. Let's go over to informants, and there are some traits. Stokel. Unknown. There's nothing there that... Well, there's not the thing I thought might be there, which is a snitch or something like that to invoke this sort of violence. I don't know why that happened, but, you know, that's something we will hopefully investigate and find out what the deal is later on. So let's put in the rest of this flooring. So as you can see, the flooring is getting placed all the way along here. We do need to place it in and around each of these cells. The cells themselves are going to have... I mean, sometimes normally I just go with concrete tile, to be honest with you, so I might just do that. Just concrete tile a lot of it, because it looks okay. There we are. Obviously, the shower is not going to have that. The holding cell will. And I generally use for the solitary, generally use the metal flooring, so I think we'll go with that. And then we'll unpause it and crack on there. Obviously, this is a lot of money that I'm well aware we could spend on other things, such as, well, the other cell block, but we're not, so there's that. I just wanted this finished off, really, and I don't think that's unreasonable. What I am going to do, though, is put some benches in the shower. I think it's just been something we've missed out on for whatever reason, and we'll put them there, and that should be us okay. I don't know if that right click that I did cancel the tiles off. It did cancel the tiles off, so I will redesignate that. That's fine. I'm not going to go ahead and place one little bit under each area there for the... yeah, that's just going to be one big lump of tile, isn't it? Yeah. I'm not going to go ahead and place a little bit of tile underneath the drains and such. There's no point in doing that. But I think that is about it. Obviously, this area is nowhere near complete as well, and we could go ahead and do that. The problem that we have is that if we spend all the money now, we're never going to get this other area done without getting some loans, you understand. What I'll do now, while we've got this going, while this is doing its thing, I think what we'll do is get some phone taps and some automatic door openers. I think that would be prudent. Just going to double check the grid. Grid is currently running perfectly fine, so by the time we put a couple of these in, it'll be on about its capacity, I think. So we want a phone tap. We probably want a couple of phone taps, but I'm going to place the phone taps in... probably in one corner, and I think this corner here should be fine. We'll place it there, and then we're going to place a door control system. Well, I'm going to place one door control system there because there's going to be a row of them down the bottom. Each prison, each cell block, whatever you would like to call it, is going to have at least one of those. Now, excuse me again. Unlike previously, in the previous prison, we had a lot of automatic door openers. We're not going to have a lot in here. You can see a lot of these jail doors are locked open, and those are going to stay like that. There's no reason to have that on an automatic door opener. It's just there so... like, they're basically emergency doors. That's all they are. So if it kicks off, we can close them all up. Job done. Same thing for the canteen and that sort of thing. The place we want them is there, that jail door there, these two areas here, probably that jail door and that jail door, and that's probably about it, maybe. I think that'll be about it. Anyway, so that is all placed. Let's go back over to utilities and we'll plumb that in, rather connect it up. And then we'll see what we can... do. Over to utilities here and connections, and I do want to connect all of these here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11, 12, 14, 27, 1,247,000,000,000 and other numbers. There we go. So that's all of the phones connected now. So we should hopefully start to learn some new traits. In terms of our grading, we should get a grade now. We do have a grade. So prisoner grading, on the punishment side, we're number 5 out of 10. So we're right smack bang in the middle for punishment. Reform is actually quite high at 6. Security is okay at 2. And health is 0, which means it's neither good nor bad. I don't know how you would get that up to like level 5. It's never, as far as I'm aware, being really explained. Reoffending rate is 9%. That's a 13%. 13 prisoners being released with a 9% reoffending rate. None of them paroled early, however, have reoffended. Prison value is just under 300,000 generic units of currency. So actually, that's not too bad at all. That's okay. What I might do, I don't really like this room being... no, I don't really like this room having that flooring in. It doesn't sit right with me. The nursery. Let's put some wooden flooring in. Actually, tiles would probably be better, wouldn't it? White tiles, perhaps? There we go. Or a bit of soft play. Just a ball pool. That'd be really good. Sadly, don't have that mod on. Anyway. Let's just see what it looks like once I've put that in. And it is an aesthetic choice here. I mean, it functions, it's flooring, it's the most efficient. You can see people working as well, which is good. So there should be some money around the place. Yeah, that person's got 27. They've got 15. They've got only 1. $18. See if they want it. Yes, they do want to be an informant. There we go. Yeah, so the people that are working... status effects angry. See that there? Why is that? Laura Catface Carter. Oh, parole hearing failed. That'll do it. So they're angry. Okay. Okay. Right, so we'll see what happens with the automatic door opener is now in. So let's place some of these door servos. So those 4 there, plus this one back here. I don't think we really need much more than that. Like I say, the other doors are going to be locked open anyway. We could put a door servo on there as well, and it means that the prisoners can have easy access going through instead of someone opening that up. Okay, that makes sense. Just checking the nursery there. That does look a bit better, but it also looks really clinical, which is something I was trying to avoid. I don't like that either. Okay, we're going to go over to the wood flooring then. Yeah, it looks too clinical. I think the nursery needs to look a bit better than that. And that looks much better. Okay. The problem is these 2 offshoots left and right that are not wood, they're going to look silly. So I'm just going to put a line of wood all the way to the end. And then I'll do the entranceways to the cells as well. And that should look a bit better. And indeed it does. Yes, it does. Okay. I think we'll redo the entrance bits. The strip looks good along there. And there we go. Not going to focus too much on that one now. We haven't got CCTV in and around here because we always have a guard patrolling. Speaking of guard patrols, let's just double check all that. So guard patrols are fine around there, fine around there. Good there. Dog patrols, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's all okay. We don't have a dog patrol in the nursery. We don't need it. I think that's about right. So the door servos are now in. So if we connect that up, we should now have a fairly decent automated facility. That's 6 door servos in total there. And that means now progressing from the security room into other place. Oh, if everywhere else is okay, let's just see what's going on here. So it looks like there's a fight between Ella Wolven again and also Emily. It seems to be those 2 for some reason. Interesting. Emily does have a trait that we're unaware of, so it could be something that's like worrying or of note, but I mean, we don't know what that is. Interesting. Anyway, so we are going to get them put in here. Actually, where they're getting taken to. There's Sophie Newell. Attack prisoner and serious injury. Why is she getting escorted to there? I thought serious injury would require them to be... Oh, look at that, found drugs. Maybe that's what it was. Oh no, drug overdose. Okay, what I'm going to do... We only have 1 informant. It's currently sleep time, but I think once everybody is asleep, we're going to activate them. And we're going to see... Oh! 2 overdoses, and they were not treated. Are they? Yep, that's 1 doctor resting in there, and I don't know where the other one is. In fact, they've just came back down. Well, that... Oh, 0 today now. Okay, that's not good. Thank you, staffing. I guess I'm going to have to hire another doctor just to make sure that that doesn't happen again. Although it can happen again because it's when you basically employed them. Anyway, we're checking out informants here. They have been activated and we can see some more traits now. We've got... no, there's the Mad Hatter. Strong and volatile. Nobody is targeted. Not even the snitch by the look of it. And... No... Nothing of great interest. Right. Okay. That's fine then. Big shame about the infirmary there. Anyway, so in terms of grants, we do have the Reform Through Education Initiative activated, and that means that we need to have one foundation education program and the general education qualification. We're still doing the general education qualification, which is almost done. Hopefully that will give us a nice chunk of cash. Alcoholic soup therapy is in the queue there. Parole hearing, we've got that in the queue. Spiritual guidance, same thing. Haven't got a workshop safety induction, nor have we got carpentry. Behavioural therapy, we can do that, and then we've got guard taser certification, which is 24 in the queue. I'm not going to do that because we don't need to hand out some more of that either. In terms of the kitchen safety and hygiene, 13 are interested, and we've actually had 11 passed with a 100% pass rate, which is excellent. That's really good. That's really good indeed, actually. Right, in terms of building then, let's go over to foundation and building brick and just see how much this would cost. I'm guessing 45 grand? 50 grand. That is, well, insufficient funds. So what we're going to have to do is we'll take a loan out. So we'll take a loan out of 25 grand for the time being, and then we will click and drag and get this one built. So that is going to be our low risk cell block. Now, it's going to be pretty much identical in many ways up until this point here. So at the moment, obviously we've got the nursery, the new nursery, which is at the top rather than wherever it was. It's moved about 30 times, I think, in this series. Excuse me. Oh, is it kicking off again in here? It is, and it's looked like it's going to be, yep. Emily again. Member of Sorsby's gang. Ah, actually, is that what I've been missing out? Is it gang members? No, because even though it did say about gang there, that is just biography, not the actual trait in game. Okay, fair enough. Interesting. Right. We can see we've got some prisoners turned up here. We've got a lot of these trucks that are coming down as well. We do want to get the prisoners in, but it's taken so long to unload stuff. You can see the truck driver is actually unloading as well, which is something that was added quite recently in the sort of game's overall history and how it's evolved. I think it's within the last year or so. It just means that when you've got a truck with one jar of pickles on it or something, the truck doesn't sit there for ages until someone comes there. That's a very red shirt. That's Edward's ex-husband. That is the reddest shirt I've seen in this game. Looks like it's some visitation there. There you go. Aria Edwards. Ex-husband and daughter. And there we go. There they are. 19. Bit small for a 19-year-old. Anyway. We do have some more intake. Let's just check that there. 2 traits. Stokel and the other one unknown. So there you go. We have some more money for an early release. In terms of the money, 16 grand, nowhere near enough to finish this, so that's a problem. We do have increase our prisoner capacity to 100. So, as I mentioned earlier, this is going to be almost identical to this. However, and we are going to clone as well. We're just going to use the clone tool and just clone everything over. The money will be going down as we light this thing up. There we are. I was going to say I shouldn't light it. We should just use the clone. But to be fair, we did auto light on this, so the light should technically be in the exact same place. But anyway, yes, we have a bit of a change to make. So this will be cloned over, apart from where we have the dormitories, and the dormitories are going to go. I don't know whether we just have that as a dormitory or whether we make the full thing a dormitory. So we could have a dormitory that is that size, and we'll have 2 dormitories like so. Something like that. And then you have, actually we'll probably we'll probably cancel this bit off here and have an entrance there, and whatnot. But I mean, that's all micro stuff. We could have it that size. The problem we'd have is that the graded cells wouldn't exist. But if we assume we were going to do that, how many beds would we be able to fit in? We'd fit quite a bit in, wouldn't we? Like that. Gap of 2, isn't it? Yeah, between them. It will be something like that. And what I'd do... Oh... Emily Redette, yeah. There's the traits that we thought might be there. Snitch and ex-law enforcement. We tried our best to find out what the traits were, we just didn't get there. I didn't want to move them over to here because their trait could be volatile. Because it does say attacked prisoner, and we obviously knew that they were involved, but I didn't know whether it was those that was initiating the fight or not. And if they were volatile and put them in here, that would be bad, because it meant they could actually attack Emily. Emily Pitt could be attacked if they were volatile or something like that. So it was a gamble, didn't work out. Anyway, let's see if there's any of these want to be CIs. No, it doesn't look like that wants to happen. Yes, that could be the overall plan of it, and then we'll have... We're not going to grade them. This is not going to be graded. However, we will have then all of the toilets in, say, this bottom corner or something. Something like that is, I don't think, unreasonable. And then if we wanted to, we could have these graded. We could grade these ones. But that's something we'll have to do later. The problem that we have is money. Change that to min sec, because that's what it will be. Okay, so we're going to leave it there. That's a rough idea of what we could accomplish. The other thing we could do is, say, have a wall going up there, and then that's our cells instead. The problem with that is that, obviously, it's very cramped. You'd only really be able to fit a couple of these in like so. Not that that's unreasonable. You know, we could just do that. And have the toilets on the corners there. The capacity for those would be massive. I'm leaning more towards the smaller ones simply because it means we've got dormitories, we've got the graded cells here, and then we've got the standard cells down there. Okay. Alright. I'll have a think on that one. Not too sure. Either way, next episode we will crack on building this new cell block on the right-hand side. It's going to be quite expensive. It's going to cost us a lot of money, but we can take out some grants. We can take out some loans if we need to. We can get half a or $250,000 grant if we do so desire. So it's pretty good there. We can't sell any of our shares because there's been recent deaths in the prison, so we can't do that. And I don't know how much a share would be if we sold it because it doesn't tell us there. But either way, next episode we'll crack on and see what we can accomplish. As always, hope you have enjoyed the video. Thank you very much for watching. Take care and generic partings.